Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. What a nice afternoon it is in Nova Scotia today, man. So I'm at an entirely new area, not new area, same area I always come back to, but a new creek, man. I've been looking at this creek from the bottom end for quite a while, a couple years now. It's really thick down there, so I never really felt like bushwhacking enough to come up and see what it looks like. But the other day I found a trail that comes to the top of it. So I decided to come down from the top today and do a little bit of digital hunting and gathering. And I've captured some beautiful shots, man. What a really nice little creek. And I've been at it for a little while now, capturing all kinds of great videos. And I'll be putting those on my Instagram and my TikTok, right? You can check those out over there at the Drifting Spore. And now I'm ready for a little break, man. So, again, brought the hammock chair. Didn't think I'd have anywhere to deploy it, but I think I do. So, I'm going to rig it up and get a nice cup of tea on the go, man. And sit here. I'm right kind of in the middle in this series of small waterfalls, man. Bunch of big boulders around. It's young softwood and what I'm in, but there's two really huge birches right here that are gorgeous. We finally saw a live chaga up the creek there. I grabbed video of that. That is definitely a live tree that's on. Beautiful, beautiful big chunk. If I need chaga next winter, I know I'm coming for that piece. Anyway, another big birch tree over there, man. Gorgeous. It's time for a cup of tea. I'm going to get this hammock chair set up and I'll get back with you. So I keep telling you that I'm going to show you how I hang this hammock chair, how I tie it off to the tree, and I haven't yet, so let's give that a try right now. I just put the strap around the tree. This is so easy, man. Best not to overthink this stuff sometimes and just do what works, but this is how I do this. Kind of get it to where I think it's going to want to be. So just an overhand, like a normal granny knot. Just cross the strings over, then I double up my tag end and just pull it through, man. Pull it through like that, give it a tug down. Now when I'm ready to untie that, if I just pull on that there, the strap will come free, hammock chair will be free. You watch, this will be the time it doesn't hold me. I'll end up on the ground. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna put this. Okay, let's give it a sit and see what happens. Is it a first go? Oh yeah. That's a first go around. That's awesome. Too perfect, man. Okay, right on. Now you might get some repetitive shots here. There's not a lot of level ground for me to set the tripod up on, so I'm kind of limited to how many shots I can provide here on this one, but we'll do our best. What a beautiful spot. These big old birch trees, man. Don't mind hanging out with them for a little while. Okay, I'm going to set up right here in front of me and get a nice cup of tea on the go, man. Maybe a snack too. All right, I'm all set up and ready to go. I just got to add alcohol or methyl hydrate to the stove. One thing I did, I found this vodka bottle, a half-pint bottle. So I put methyl hydrate in that, peeled the vodka labels off it, but I didn't have it marked to let you know what was in it. So I took the label off the methyl hydrate, stuck it on there. At least there's a skull and crossbones on there now. I'm the only one that uses this, but you know, doesn't hurt to label that it's not drinkable. It's definitely not vodka. I haven't had a drink myself in, I think it's going on 4 years, so not for me, that's for sure. But I sure do like using the bottle. It pours really nice. Just a little bit more. This stove full is always way too much. It burns for 25 minutes, I think, after I'm done boiling water. Okay, I'm gonna throw a spark at that and get it lit. And we're gonna get our water on. Got my nice big ferro rod with my paracord tag end on it that I did a cobra weave on. There we go. I'll put my little max heat stove. So this is, for those of you who don't know, I use this a lot though, so you all probably know, but this is a beer can chicken cooker, right, to put on the barbecue. And I've got my tuna can, I think it's a tuna fish can, that I've put yellow pipe insulation inside of and a bit of screening around the top, shove that down in to hold it all together. And then I use a max heat top thing that's off like one of those can wick stoves that you can buy at your local home hardware. I took that. I didn't find the can wick stove worked very well, but it works great for this. Now my pot stands there. I got right around an inch from the top of that stove. I find that to work really good when it comes to boiling water. All right, there we go. That's looking good. There, that should not take too long to get on the boil. So in my last drift, a watcher and commenter, subscriber I suppose, had asked if I would mind showing you a little bit about my staff. I bring my staff every single time I come into the woods. It is a part of me now. I've had it many years. I've had it, this will be going on the 4th year, I think, that I've had my staff on the go. Right around the time I started making YouTube videos, I guess. Just before that is when I started bringing a staff into the woods, because just before that is when I started getting out in the woods. So my staff is super special to me. It is definitely a multi-use tool, right? When in the wilderness, it can act as a tripod when I've got my little GorillaPod thingy clamps onto it. But I'll run you through the basics of my staff. First off, I did not cut this from anything. This staff was provided to me by a very nice beaver. And at the time, everywhere I went, I was finding beaver staffs. Everywhere. And I probably made, not like this one was the first one, so therefore quite special. But I made many staffs for all my friends. Everybody I knew, I would see a beaver staff and think, wow, that's perfect for so-and-so, right? Grab it, do it up, and gift it to them. So I did that quite a few times, and started finding walking sticks too, so I started making some of those too. But anyway, my staff, beaver stick, I've taken and sanded it down a bit, that was all. You can still see kind of like the beaver tooth marks in it, where he chewed on it. So the first thing I did was put paracord wraps on it. 3 different colors, 2 different colors, 3 colors. I wrapped it on there with a Ranger wrap, but I left a loop on each one of the wraps. And that loop has come in super handy for allowing me to use this as like a center pole for a tarp. I have pulled that off with this before, and it worked absolutely wonderful, running a hammock with the tarp over, and this is my center pole for the tarp to give me kind of a peaked roof. Perfect. Worked wonderful. If I were to run a tarp on the ground, right, these extra tie-off points come in pretty handy. This one here, I sometimes put my finger through as I'm walking. Sometimes I don't. I also drilled holes, very hard to see, but at first I had drilled holes into the staff and ran paracord loops through those so that I had 2 tie-off points. Because at first I was running my staff on the roof racks in my car, and I had to tie it onto the roof racks because it didn't really fit into the cabin very well. But I just run it in the cabin of the car now. So I've also got these bands, Ranger bands, which is just bicycle tire inner tube around the staff. The top one, of course, holds my feathers on. Now, these feathers have been with me for quite a while. This one here is like a rough grouse feather. That one's been with me for like 2 years or more. This one's just like a crow feather. This one here, I believe to be a hawk or an owl feather. I think owl. I'm not sure though. But anyway, no big deal on the feathers. I found them in the woods, put them on my staff, and when they disappear, they disappear. I realize they're only temporary, and I'm happy to have them along. But when they're gone, they're gone. No big deal. So that's basically it for my staff. I did wood burn my rune in there. That's what I call my rune, the drifting spore rune. It's like a T, D, and an S, if you can perceive it that way. And I would burn my initials in here somewhere too, right there. Because this, my staff, my best friend, comes in the woods with me every time. I've used it with the kids to make like a handrail and stick it out, and I can hold it, and they can put their hand on it when they're coming down hills and stuff. I use it every time I come out. On the butt end of it, the ground end, I don't have a screw or anything in there. I just left it as it is because I want my staff to be in contact with the ground. I coated it in polyurethane just to keep it from taking on water or anything so that it'll stay good for a long time. And man, what a great friend and ally it's been to me. Thank you for asking about my staff. I'm more than happy to introduce you to it. Right on. This is what I'm seeing from where I'm sitting. He's coming. Can't really even see the flames in there, but they're working. Oh yeah, my tea is on the rolling boil there now. Looking great. Let's see if we can get this poured into my cup. That should be a good cup of tea right there, man. Now, I mentioned a snack too. So, last drift I was out, I brought a little snack with me too. I brought the Walmart Mario's miniature Vienna sausages. And at the time, I was thinking, man, they tasted better than our normal maple leaf ones, the ones in the blue can. But I'm not sure, so I was at the grocery store today. So I grabbed one of our traditional to Nova Scotia anyway, Vienna sausage by Maple Leaf. And I'm going to heat up a can of these and compare to the Mario's made in Denmark, product of Denmark, Mario's miniature Vienna sausages. I'm just going to drop those on there for now, and we'll see what they taste like. Ooh, that tea is hot. Very nice. My little hot dogs are starting to steam. The Mario's ones foamed right over. They boiled right over. So, I imagine these ones will do the same. Oh, it's a little cooler today in Nova Scotia. It's around 8 or 9 degrees, probably 10 when the sun does peek its light out. But It's still nice out, man. It was supposed to forecasting rain for the whole weekend, but it hasn't happened. Yesterday was fairly nice. Most of the day it did rain last night, and then today it rained a little bit this morning, and it's kind of holding off. So out I come, man. Time to get some digital hunting and gathering on the go. I'm really happy with the shots I captured here today, man. Very good. What I do is I'll post a video every day, a short reel on Instagram or a short video on TikTok there. And yeah, I'll wait till I'm all out of those videos, right? I'll go out for an afternoon, go out on a drift, collect those type of videos, 30-second videos, and upload them. When they're all gone, the morning that I upload, I always upload them early in the morning. Once the last one's uploaded, then I go out and get some more, man, and just kind of no expectations, just come out and see what I can see. And I've been seeing things like this, like you're seeing in these videos, man. It's amazing to me. I really like the sound of running water. That's soothing. Seeing water tumble over rocks and moss. It's just all good stuff, man. Speaking of good stuff, this Earl Grey tea is spot on. Just perfect. Oh, I hear a chickadee, as usual. Yeah, I don't know if my sausages are gonna boil or not. I don't know if my stove's going. I think my stove might have blew out. Well, they're steaming, so I would say they're probably hot enough. The wind must have caught my stove there and blew it out. Well, sir. Oh well, let's try these hot dogs, man. We'll let loose some of our hot dog water. Oh, it's nice and hot. And super hot anyway. I can feel it through the glove. Should have put up a bit of a windscreen for that stove. I wasn't thinking of that. Now, the first thing I notice about these compared to the other ones, there's not as many of these. And the Mario's ones are rounded on the ends. These are more like just cut up chunks of sausage. Hmm. Now, what I can say about the differences between the maple leaf Vienna sausage and Mario's miniature Vienna sausage made in Denmark is that the maple leaf ones are more of a hot dog consistency. They're softer on the inside, whereas the Mario's were a little bit firmer, rounded on the ends, and these ones have more flavor though, or something, which probably means more salt. But anyway, huh, I'm not picky. I'll eat just about anything, so I'm certainly going to eat these. I do like them, but I do like the Mario ones too. I'd give them an even tie. They're both just as good as the other. Paired with a nice cup of tea, sitting in a hammock chair, suspended by two nice big old birch trees, man, with a waterfall creek running down a hill, big old birch tree over there. You can't ask for better than this. I certainly can anyway. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to eat these hot dogs and drink my tea, man. Quiet down and just enjoy myself here for a few minutes before we start making our way back up the hill. Ooh-wee. How awesome. Oh, man. That was a delightful cup of tea. What a setting. I'm so grateful to be able to experience all this, man. It smells so good. I hate to go, but home is calling. I will return to this area, I would say. I would like to drift right on down through. There's a road, trail slash road down at the bottom of this. And that's where I see this come out at. It joins into the larger brook. But it looks a lot thicker from here down. I went down there a little bit further, and it looks to close in and get thick. And that's what I've seen at the other end too. So I'm gonna go up the hill, head her back in the way I came, have another look at that big old chunk of chaga up there. Man, it was a nice one. Can't get over it. I love finding these big old birch trees. They're just kind of hidden down these little creeks and waterways, where the rest was all forested. I would say this was all forested or fire. Something took it out because it's all small, right? All very young trees in here, except for these great big old birch, man. I'm seeing the odd hardwood too, but mostly small softwood in here. Anyway, I've breathed in as much of it as I can. I've captured as much of it as I could on video. What a wonderful experience here this afternoon. Beautiful. A fella could just live here. Certainly feels like I could anyway. It doesn't seem to get old. Right on. All right, there we go, folks. What a beautiful little drift downstream. Lovely, lovely time I've had. Terrible area to try and film in, but apart from that, it's gorgeous in here. Nice big old birch trees, man, running water, little waterfalls everywhere. I've had a very successful afternoon of digital hunting and gathering. I can't wait to share the short videos that I've gathered here today. Anyway, had a nice cup of tea. I've compared the Vienna sausages. I don't think we have a clear winner there. They both are good in their own respects, Mario's and the Maple Leaf. I like them both. Well, anyway, I'm going to head up the hill and get home for supper now. Hopefully my little hot dogs didn't spoil my supper. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, folks, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.